Good morning, children. I hope everybody's doing well today and they've had a great week. I hope you kept busy and did lots of fun things. I know I went hiking and I read a book and I've been doing a lot of great cooking. So, yeah, it's been a great week. Anyway, last week when I was here, we talked about the children at Giving Tree Montessori School to make sure that you remembered all of their names. So, when I went through the whole basket, I noticed that there were a lot of kids who were missing because some children didn't bring pictures or some children already took them home. So, what I think we should do is go through the kindergartners today, and then next week we'll go ahead and go through the other children who are left. So, you're going to have to use your memory, okay? Because I don't have a picture. Think of a kindergartner. Close your eyes and think of any kindergartner you want to think about. Yeah, yeah. Who are you thinking about? Yes, Cruz. Cruz is a kindergartner, and his little brother Cash comes to school here also. Wow, let's see. What should we think about Cruz? He's a very sweet boy. And I'll tell you what I really like is his moves. He's a great dancer. He can really, gosh, he gets the whole classroom going. He's a great athlete. I know he does gymnastics. He's really good in gymnastics. He works hard and has lots of friends. Yeah, Cruz has been an awesome kindergartner this year. Thank you. All right, close your eyes. Think of another kindergartner. Let's think of a girl this time. Think of a girl. How about a girl with long, dark hair? Yeah. Aria. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Aria, I have missed you. You are so kind. You I've missed your hugs. I've missed your nice comments. I missed how helpful you are. I've I've missed working on your cards. I've missed you. And I hope to see you very soon. All right, close your eyes. Let's think of a boy. Who should we think of? How about who? Yeah, Cody. Cody. Oh my gosh, I can remember Cody when he first came to Giving Tree Montessori. He was so little, and let me tell you, he wasn't that thrilled to be there. But now he doesn't want to leave. He loves to work on his cards. He also is a great athlete. He loves sports. We've had lots of conversations about football. He loves to play soccer. And when I think of Cody, when I thought, let me think of Cody, I thought of him sitting next to the teacher at circle with a big grin on his face. So yes, Cody also a wonderful, wonderful kindergartner. So let's think of another one. How about a girl? Her name starts with a P. P. Penelope. Yes. Oh my gosh. Penelope has a great sense of style. She'd come into the classroom, be dressed to the hilt. She has lots of friends. She's very sweet. She likes to work in practical life. She likes to work on her cards. She loves to dance. She loves ballet. She loves to sing. I can remember her and Aria and Celia on the top of the hill in the back of the yard singing Frozen songs. Wonderful. Great kindergartner. How about Elaine? Elaine, I still have your picture in the basket, so we need to make sure you get that. Another wonderful kindergartner. Very hard worker. She can read almost anything. She's great. She has a little brother who's going to be coming here next year, so I'm excited about that. She has lots of friends, and she just loves school. So, Elaine, thank you for being a great kindergartner. Oh, Eli. Eli has a piece of my heart. His sister came to Giving Tree too. He is one of the hardest workers I've ever met. I don't think a day went by this year that he didn't ask me for a date on his card. He always enjoyed Circle. He loved to do the songs. Great kindergartner. So Eli, thank you. Oh, then let's think of a boy. Anybody think of a boy? It's gonna get harder. Yeah, Soren. I can remember Soren when he first started at Giving Tree. He was also a child who wasn't too thrilled to start, but as the days went on, he grew to love it, just as we grew to love him. He's a great athlete. He likes to work super hard, super hard. Again, another child who asks me for a date almost every day. Um, I do miss seeing him in the early morning because he was one of the early morning children. So, Soren, great kindergartner. Ah, Celia, what a sweetie pie. I love her voice. I love to hear her sing at circles. She just gets into it, loves it, and is just so proud of what she does. She also likes to work really hard, and she's also a really, really good reader. So, to all my kindergartners, did I get everybody? Cruz, let's see, Cruz, Aria, Cody, Elaine, Penelope, Eli, Soren, and Celia. I am going to miss you all. You've done a great job. You're all hard workers. You know how to make friends. You know how to keep friends. You've been very respectful, very helpful to the teachers and everybody else. So thank you very much. But I have some good news too, that we will be getting to see you, I hope, I'm not positive, but on the 17th of this month, that would be, I think, next week, we're gonna have a drive-by at school. So we're gonna be able to wave to you and say hello, and hopefully you'll be able to do that with us too. So that, I think, is next week. There'll be more information on that. Alrighty. So like I said, next week we'll also go ahead and talk about the rest of the lovely children at Giving Tree. Okay, I'm excited. We are going to talk about one of my favorite birds. Does anybody know what this bird is? Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, it's a hummingbird. I absolutely love hummingbirds. Let's see. I can even hear some in the background here. I've got 3 hummingbird feeders set up. If I move my head, you can see one. Then I have one over here and one over there. They're about 12 feet apart or so. And that way I hope to get lots and lots of hummingbirds. I put my hummingbird feeder out about, 3 weeks ago or so. Does anybody know what I have in the hummingbird feeder? What did I put in it? Let's see. Yeah, sugar and water. So I would have 4 cups of sugar and, wait, stop, the other way around. 4 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar. And I would boil the water, put the sugar in it and stir it really well and let it boil for a minute or so. Take it off the stove, let it cool down. Excuse me. Then I would put it in my hummingbird feeder, and they love them. I think I have about, 4 hummingbirds right now. 4 hummingbirds that I've seen. Does anybody know why they're called hummingbirds? Why do you think they're called hummingbirds? They're called hummingbirds because when they fly, their wings make so much noise, they hum. They hum. So before I even see a hummingbird at one of my feeders, I can usually hear it. Do you know that their wings go about 50 times per second? So that means if your arms were your wings, 50 times per second. So let's see, how many times do you think you can do it per second? 1, 2, I don't even know. I would say maybe 2 times. And these little birds can flap their wings about 50 times. That's unbelievable. One thing else that's really cool about these little birds is the way they fly. Yeah, they can fly backwards, forwards, to the side, upside down. They can fly any which way. It's really fun to watch them, and they are fast. Do you know that a hummingbird can fly about 30 miles an hour? Pretty fast. Think about driving in your car maybe to the store or around in the neighborhood. You go about 30 miles an hour. So they can fly pretty quickly, and then they can dive. They can dive about 60 miles an hour. So really fast, fast birds. Um, what do you notice about my hummingbird here? What's this right here? Yeah, it's called the beak or the bill of the hummingbird. Yeah, the beak or the bill of the hummingbird. And they use this for numerous things. One not nice thing that they use it for is sometimes if they're upset with another hummingbird, they'll try and poke each other in the throat. Not a good thing to do, but that's what they do sometimes. So that's called what? A bill or a beak. And what's really cool about this guy is, girl, is when their tongue, you think that they get the nectar from the plant with their beak? No, they actually use their tongue. It is so cool. Let me see if I have a picture. Probably won't be able to see it very well. And yes, all right. Right here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. This picture right here, all these pictures actually, if you look at them, you can see the tongues of the hummingbird. And they come out of the beak, obviously, and they're forked they're like a fork. So the hummingbird puts his, let me get a flower here, hold on. This is a petunia. They really like petunias. So what the hummingbird does is put its beak in the flower, and then it sticks out its tongue, and it's forked, and it laps up all the nectar that's in there, and then it rolls the nectar into its mouth so it can eat. Yeah, hummingbirds have to eat a lot because they are very, they're flying all the time. They're very fast birds. Who has a hummingbird feeder at their house? Yeah? Yeah? Have you had any hummingbirds yet? Good. Now, so you need to make sure you keep your hummingbird feeder clean. You want to change the water, the sugar water, every twice a week or so, unless it's super hot. And put new sugar water in it, because you want to keep our friends healthy. What else about hummingbirds? What do they eat? We already said they eat sugar water, right? They love it, yeah. They eat sugar water, nectar from plants. What else do you think they eat? Do you think they eat rabbits? No. Do you think they eat other birds? No. No. But they do eat little small insects. They really like small insects. So they do eat some insects, but their main diet is nectar. They also like sap. Sometimes they'll follow a bird that pokes holes in the trees and gets the sap out, and then the hummingbird will eat the rest of the sap. But there's usually not very much, so it needs to find other food. What else about the hummingbird? The beak, the tongue, and this right here. Let's see, they have a chin, just like you have a chin. They have a throat. And then they have something called a gorget. A gorget. I think that's really funny, right in here. It's called the gorget. Yeah. And then they have a breast. And their feet are so tiny and they're so cute. A hummingbird's feet are not very strong at all. They're pretty weak, actually. They spend most of their time, what? Flying, hovering. They don't spend a lot of time on their feet. What else about our hummingbird? It has eyes. We talked about that. Do you think they smell very well? Do you think they have a good sense of smell? What do you think? Nobody knows? Guess. No, they don't smell at all. So you think, well, they go to all these flowers. I mean, don't they go to them because they smell? No, they go to them usually because of the colors. What do you think their favorite color is? Red, yes. So they love flowers that are red. But they've also learned through experiment that, there's also white flowers, pink flowers, yellow flowers. They know which flowers are the best ones that they get a lot of nectar out. Mm-hmm. And you know what? When they drink that nectar, when they eat that nectar and lap it up from the flower, their tongue moves 15 times per second. So you've got your mouth, your tongue. Could you imagine putting your 15 times per second? Don't think so. I would say maybe 1 or 2 times you could do it per second. What else are we gonna? No smell. They love colors. Oh, I have to tell you a story. I was sitting out here the other night, and a hummingbird came up, was eating. It was eating from the hummingbird feeder over there, and every time it would take a drink, it would go, It'd make this noise like, like it really liked the food. I thought that was really cute. Do you think hummingbirds sleep? Yes, everybody has to sleep. But they sleep a little bit differently from other animals. They sleep like they're in hibernation. You know how some bears hibernate and other animals hibernate? That's sort of how the hummingbirds sleep. It just closes its body down. It can even sleep upside down. And some people have seen hummingbirds sleeping and they think they're not alive anymore, but they are. They're just so still and they just shut their body down. And it's called torpor. Can you say torpor? Torpor. That's when a hummingbird is sleeping. Yeah, they are such cool birds. How much do you think a hummingbird weighs? Do you think it weighs as much as, let's see, how about as much as a robin? I think a robin weighs more. Yeah, you're right. How about as much as a rabbit? Nope. Hummingbird weighs less than a rabbit. Do you know that they weigh so little? They only weigh about the weight of a nickel. So say if your mom and dad have a nickel and put it in your hand and you can feel how much a hummingbird weighs. It's not very much at all, is it? Nope, it sure isn't. So they don't weigh very much. Let's see, hummingbirds live about 5 years. And something else really interesting about them is they can remember, yes, every single flower they've been to. So that way they don't waste their time going back to the same flower where they just sapped up all the all the nectar. All right. Now I'm going to read a great story about hummingbirds. It's called The Hungry Hummingbird. The Hungry Hummingbird. I might scoot this a little closer. Organized here. Excuse me. Okay, this book again is called The Hungry Hummingbird. The author, who's the author? Yes, it's the person who writes the book. The author is April Sawyer, and the illustrator, who knows what an illustrator is? Who knows what an illustrator is? Yeah, it's the person who draws the pictures. And that person is Gay Holland. One bright morning, in the heat of August, a young hummingbird flew in search of food. Hummed his wings. He flew to a daisy. Is this food for a hungry hummingbird? What do you think? No. Bzz, bzz. Bees gathered the flower's pollen, but the pollen was fuzzy. The hummingbird didn't like the taste of it at all. So the hummingbird didn't eat any of the daisies. He reached again, flying to a yarrow plant. Is this food for a hungry hummingbird? No, flutter, flutter. Butterflies feed on the flowers, but the hummingbird's tongue can't reach much nectar in the tiny blooms. So the hummingbird would have to stay there for a long, long time to get enough food to eat. Feeling hungrier, the hummingbird flew further. He saw 10 tube-shaped flowers. Trumpet vine. He stuck out his tongue. Is this food for a hungry hummingbird? Yes! He lapped up one flower's nectar, then he fed at the other 9. So hummingbirds like flowers that are shaped like tubes so they can get the nectar out. Hope you all can see these pictures. When he finished those blooms, he couldn't find more. Hummed his fast fanning wings. I'm still hungry. Did you hear the hummingbird? Yep, they're so fast. I just heard it. I hope you did. Then he spotted some red honeysuckle. Is this food for hungry hummingbirds? Yes. With his forked tongue, he lapped up the nectar, liquid and sweet. Look at the shape of the flowers. Red things seemed really good to hummingbirds, so he tried to find more red things. Is this food for hungry hummingbirds? No. Zoom, zoom. The car drove off, leaving the hungry bird behind. So here the little hummingbird thought the brake lights of the car could be food. Because why? Why? Because it's red. Puzzled, the hummingbird searched again. Is this food for hungry hummingbirds? No, shh. I'm not a flower, the lady laughed. So the hummingbird thought maybe since the lady had a red hat on, that she was a flower. I have to tell you a little story real quick here, is when I come out here in the evening when there's a lot of hummingbirds, I have a red robe, and I wear my red robe because I'll sit right over there and they'll just come right in front of me. They see the red, they're not scared of me, and so it's fascinating. And also, did you know that hummingbirds know who feeds them? So for some reason, if I don't have sugar water, they could come right up to my window, or if I come out on the deck and sort of buzz around me and go, I need my food. So that was really interesting. And sometimes you can even get hummingbirds to eat out of your hand. Just need to train them. The young hummingbird flew on and spotted something else. Red sometimes meant food, so the hummingbird followed. He hovered and watched. This did not look like a flower. Tap, tap, tap. The bird, a sapsucker, tapped a hole in the tree, then licked the tree. Sap that oozed out. Could that be food for hungry hummingbirds? What do you guys think? I think the hummingbird could eat the sap. After the sapsucker flew away, the little hummingbird reached out his tongue and tasted. The sap was so sweet and so good. He wanted more and more, but his tiny bill could not drill holes in trees. Quick! He flew after the sapsucker, sipping sap in the holes it made. But then the bigger bird flew away. The young hummingbird was on his own again to look for more food. Here's a picture of the hummingbird. And here's a picture of the sapsucker. He zoomed close to a swamp. Another hummingbird was feeding at jewelweed flowers. Those flowers weren't red, but they were trumpet-shaped. The little hummingbird swooped down and hovered at the flowers. Is this food for hungry hummingbirds? Oh, yes, it is. Look at the shape of the flowers again. I know of another flower that they really like that you may have in your yard, or I know we have in Colorado. It's the columbine flower. That's our state capital flower. And they love hummingbirds or columbine flowers. He fed, then looked for more red flowers and trumpet-shaped flowers of other colors too. Insects often buzzed around the blooms. Snap! He snapped an insect up in his bill. Is this food for hummingbirds? You bet it is. Now the hummingbird had many things to eat. Can you name something? Name something that the hummingbird could eat. Flower nectar? Yeah. What about the bird that pecked the hole? Yeah. Tree sap? And I bet a lot of you didn't even know that hummingbirds can also eat insects. They like little insects. Now there's something else that the hummingbird saw. It looked like a gigantic flower hanging from a hook. Could this be food for a hungry hummingbird? Yes. He fed until he was full. What do you think that was? Yeah, it's a hummingbird feeder. Soon, however, the hummingbird started feeling sleepy. What's it called when hummingbirds go into sleep? Tober. Yeah. It was getting dark, so he settled on a branch to snooze. Meanwhile, at the feeder, another hungry young animal was hovering. Is this food for hungry moths too? Yeah. Yeah, I think the moths like it too. And you know what else? There are some bats that like to eat from the hummingbird feeders. So, this is a story about the very hungry hummingbird. And I love hummingbirds. I'm going to try really hard this week to get some videos of hummingbirds so I can show them to you. We'll see if I can do it or not. Now, there's a couple special days that are coming up. Today is Thursday. Then we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a special day. That is, who knows what it is? Everybody? Yeah, it's Mother's Day. So I hope you were able to pick up the work that Miss Chelsea had on planting for your mothers. If not, I'm sure they're still in the library at the school. So just be careful when you get them. And I think your moms will really love them. And then there's something else that's happening. I hope on the 17th of this month, I think the children and the parents can drive by the school and pick up their clothes and such, and books or whatever you may have left there, snow pants, coats, and then we can wave to you and say hi to you and see how you're doing. So I'm very much looking forward for that to happen. And I hope you all have a really great week. I hope you talk to your mom about hummingbirds or your dad. There are some really cool videos online about hummingbirds, where it actually shows their tongue coming out and eating the nectar from the flower. And it shows how quick they can fly, and it shows them sleeping. So lots of good videos that you can watch also. So until next Thursday, you all have a great day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Bye-bye.